I don't know how long ago, maybe it was a year or so, but a friend of mine said, I got this extra dot, this extra Amazon dot. Do you want it? I was like, free? Oh, all right. I want to be honest. I said, I don't really have any use for it. I don't really think I could use it, but I'll take it. Who knows? Play around with it. Plug it in. Couldn't hurt to set it up. Well, many months later, I use it pretty much for everything. This serves me well every single day of the week. And here's why. Going back to the beginning, there was fire, and now that's a little too far back. Going back to the beginning, many years ago, I always thought, oh, this home automation idea, I think there's something there. I think this could be great, but it took a very long time. My first real experience with it, well, aside from the clapper, clap on, clap off, I knew about that. Never actually had one, but my first experience was with these little switches, and they're so cool because they're remote switches, and you push them, and they control an outlet somewhere far away, and so I could turn on lights. I figured out right away that this would be cool, going to bed, not having to get out of bed and spill my wine. It's another story. I could push the button and turn off the lights. And in the morning, I could push the button and turn on the lights. So that was pretty cool, and for each outlet, you had a little remote button, and that kind of grew. Well, actually, I only had two of them, but still two. Then I got the Wemo, and that was the first remote one that I had. And then fast forward, I got I guess this is considered the dot. So it's a dot. I think new ones have like alarm clocks. Don't really need that. In fact, it's not even close to my bed. For the rest of this video, I'm not going to say the actual name, the female name, because then it's going to start going off and doing things. So I'm just going to say Sarah. So anytime I mean the A-L, I don't think she can spell A-L-E-X-A, I'm just going to say Sarah. So now my routine is pretty cool. It's like, Sarah, turn on all the lights. Sarah, turn off all the lights. Sarah, set the foyer light to blue. Alexa, turn on the foyer light. Alexa, set the foyer light to red. So that kind of stuff, that's pretty cool. So I use it all the time. Sarah, set a timer for 20 minutes. Sarah, turn off the timer. Sarah. So I use it for anything that you probably could use Siri or Google, except this is nice because it's just always on, always listening, which has a downside. I'll get to that at the end. So devices I have now racked up is one dot, two Echoes. One's called the Echo Flex. It looks exactly the same as the Echo. I don't know if there's actually any real difference, but it's cool. I can keep it in the kitchen, and if I'm cooking, I can just ask for like recipes, or mainly it's used for setting timers again, or just doing some math, like how many cups in a quart, things like that. I do know how many cups are in a quart. I'm not going to answer it now, but I do know. So the first thing I did was buy a bunch of the power outlets. So Alexa, she didn't hear me. Sarah can control the power outlet. So that was kind of cool. It can set up on timers and do a lot of things. So there are a lot of the automated things that can happen, as well as the just spur of the moment, ad hoc things where I just say, Sarah, turn on the power to this or whatever. That's pretty cool. But I also got like a ton of light bulbs. Do I have any light bulb cases? No. But I think I've got 6 light bulbs going. So basically every light that I want to turn on and off for the studio or whatever, it's controlled by Sarah. Alexa, set Louis to purple. Alexa, set Louis to white. So that way, it's much more convenient than having the power do it. If you can have the light bulb do it, if it's a light, have the light bulb, because then you can set the brightness level and the color and everything, all this good stuff. But there still are uses for the power, and I mentioned that because I've got this Gosung, a lot of them are from China, and they've got these interesting, funny names, but the Gosung power. I did have a different one. I bought like 4 of them, and they were a nice little pack, and then I set one up to the coffee maker. Well, it's actually not the coffee maker, it's the water pot that boils the water, because it's French press. It boils the water, so the water's ready to go in the morning, so I just get up and pour the water in. However, I learned pretty quickly that you do have to check your wattages, because some of them are not rated for over like 1K or whatever. And if you draw more than that, like 1800 watts, you're gonna destroy it, which I did. So one of them died. It was kind of sad. It was a small funeral. But so yeah, the next one I bought was the Gosung, and this was rated for like 18 or 1900, whatever. It does the trick, and so you got to remember stuff like that. But I've also used it for like another one. It went for Christmas bulbs. So that worked. Every night around Christmas, the lights would come on at a certain time and go off at a certain time. That replaced one of those old-fashioned, not that old, but those twisty timers where you had the, actually it is pretty old. Those things have been around a while, but I used it. I've been using it for the past like 5 years for Christmas lights. Now I just use the Sarah for that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. I know Sarah can do other things, can play music and stuff, but I found that all their playlists are just, they get repetitive. Like classical music, you get like 8 songs and all of a sudden you're listening to the same cliche songs over and over again. So it's like, I don't know. I don't use it that much for things like that, just because I haven't found any. I mean, I'm sure I could play like Spotify or things like that, but I don't have an account, so can't do that. Oh, and finally, the thing I said that one of the things that I guess if there's a downside, it's just that your privacy. Remember, these things are always listening, so it's kind of always going back to somewhere on Amazon, some server. So, how to put this delicately? If you're getting busy a lot in your bedroom, you might want to not have this. It just depends how worried you are about something like that. Remember, because it could be always on. It is always on, but people could be listening. I don't know. It's supposed to be anonymously though for everything, but if you're really worried about that kind of stuff, then yeah, maybe not. It could be hacked, maybe. Chances are nobody really cares what you're doing, or even at Amazon. But even Amazon will say, yeah, it's always on, but it's anonymous, and we just use it to just better our listening devices or our software and things like that. So I was like, I guess. In the end, it's like, I don't think anyone really cares what you're doing. It's like not that big of an, unless you're plotting like nuclear holocaust or thing like that. You probably don't have anything to worry about. So yeah, if you were to get it, I would start with the dot. The dot's a pretty good thing to have. Kind of light. It's a weird thing to have. It just kind of goes on the coffee table, wherever. All it has to do is be listening. And it can tell you when your packages come. I should have mentioned that. But and then, of course, there's the outlets. If you need to plug in something, that's good for like Christmas lights or the coffee maker. Yeah, and some coffee makers are actually already set up for Sarah. I look for those devices too. It's like if I can have something already ready to go. In fact, the light bulbs, make sure when you buy the light bulbs, make sure they do connect with Sarah. Echo Flex, this is another one I got, and it's just sort of like this. In fact, I don't know why you would get the dot when you could get the Echo Flex instead. So I don't know, maybe the Echo Flex is a better way to go. They're cheaper. You get sometimes they're on sale for like $10, and it's like they want you to buy this stuff. Oh, and then finally, the other thing I have is the tablet, the little Fire tablet. That's good when you need a visual interface, but there are better ones for that even now, which I don't have. I don't need to go that far, but stuff like that. Because you can write apps or kind of custom, it takes a little bit of work. You can program things to say, Sarah, do something that you've already said. Like I use it for Sarah, enter my weight for the day, and she'll say, okay, what is your weight? So you can have interactivity going. So apps that you've designed, or you can just use ones that other people have designed, which is probably a lot easier for most people. But that's what I did because I want to set it up. All right, I think I've talked enough. I kind of said what I had to say, and hopefully that helps someone else out. If you're thinking about a good way to do home automation, I would say I'm pretty impressed with Amazon. They really did a great job in this, and I won't even consider Apple or Google at this point. They nailed it out of the... Oh, shoot. No, that's probably dumb. I'll edit that out. Peace out.